When you look back at humans' history, you will see that civilizations get to a point of combustion that comes from the built up pressure. Change happens, inevitable change happens when something that is can no longer be. What is happening in the United States, all over the world, in the next 2 to 3 years, this will be the case again. This is how humanity tends to shift and change into a different timeline, into a different way of being, which can hopefully be sustained for a long period of time afterwards. But the way things are will become so wildly different, where change is inevitable. It will make people question everything. It will become so weird in every aspect of their lives that they can no longer shield their eyes from the truth, from the things that are happening. They are no longer able to stick their head in the sand because even the sand will change. The sand, the sky, nature, molecules, energy. It will get to a point that no matter where you look, whether with your eyes open or closed, you experience, you see, you feel the difference, and change will be inevitable. We understand as humans that this is hard to comprehend. It almost seems cruel, but in the greater scheme of things, when you look back, this is how humanity changes. This is not true for every planet in your universe. This is the case on Earth, cycle after cycle after cycle. The slate being swept clean. Millennia after millennia, humanity gets to a point of combustion and things change. And depending on how great that change is that comes about, how willing people are willing to sustain that change and make it a part of their daily lives moving forward. That is how long it depends that new mentality, that new way of living gets sustained in that civilization. This will be very much on a global scale, not just in the US, but everywhere on this planet. It will make way and create an opportunity for everything to be unveiled that has been covered for too long. The timing needs to be perfect. The timing needs to be exact. Too soon and it all falls apart and goes back to what it was. Too late and it won't make the difference that it needs to be able to sustain a different type of lifestyle, a different type of mentality for humanity to adopt and accept and integrate. Timing is crucial. Some people wish for it to come sooner. And as much as a lot of us would like to have open contacts and to be integrated with your day-to-day lives on this planet as a unity from all across the universe, this is simply not the time. It is like childlike excitement. The greater picture isn't seen or quite understood yet. Some of you understand a lot of the aspects that come into play, But even those that have a stronger connection, that have greater access to all this information, even those are not able to see the greater plan of things. It would simply not be able to handle as a human consciousness on this planet. Even though you are an extraterrestrial, even though you are a starseed, you are currently in a physical human carnation, which makes quite a difference. These are things you can understand maybe while you are in the astral and are disconnected from your physical vessel. But upon awakening, a lot of this information gets stored in a filing cabinet to be opened when the time is right. The time is not right now. It will be. But as you know, the timelines change. And this is done for the greater good, not just for humanity, for humans, but for the entire galaxies, the entire universes. There are so many complex components that come into play with this decision. There are so many different races, breeds, aspects of self that all have to come together to make this happen. This is the golden times that are upon us. But it is very crucial, it is very delicate that nothing gets overlooked. For one slight mistake can ripple out into the universe further than you are able to comprehend with your mind. Calculations must be meticulous. Calculations must be exact. Mistakes have been made in the past, which are learning opportunities to hopefully not do the same moving forward. Even though we have higher consciousness, a greater awareness, we are not unflawed beings. We are not perfection, because imperfection is part of being a perfect being, a well-balanced being. We can see different timelines for the future. We can see the possibilities that the future holds. That does not mean that we are able to manipulate timelines specifically to what we want. For timelines, for certain timelines with certain outcomes are preferred by different people, by different beings, by different realms. But as a collective, we agree on the same thing, that humanity must transcend and ascend to their next phase of being. We are so grateful that you have incarnated at this time to be a part of this beautiful blossoming of humanity, of collective consciousness, of universal consciousness, because it is all a thread in the tapestry of life. And we are so grateful that you are the pawns on the board, doing what you can to remember who you are, to retrace your steps, to find where you are meant to be, to discover what you are meant to do, to rediscover who you truly are in your hearts. No words are needed to explain what that feels like. No words are needed to tell you what it is that you will find when you find that path that lights up in front of you. For it is something that is meant to be experienced, not explained. When you are on that path, there is a knowing. It is not something that you must explain to people. For the people that have been there, that have seen it, even if they have only experienced it for just a moment, they know exactly what it is that you are experiencing. Something that can't quite be put into words. For it is an experience that is on an energetic level, a cellular level, a physical level, a molecular level, and a level that can't be put into words by most people. Enjoy the journey. Understand there are bigger plans in place, but trust. Trust the guidance that you receive. Trust the steps you are meant to take. Trust the places you are led to, whether they are down the street or down the road to a different country or a different continent, whether it's physical or in astral form, energetically or figuratively. Follow the steps that are so graciously provided to you. Have no fear. The ground will meet your feet the moment you extend your leg. But we can't raise the ground if your foot is not extended. With that, we will leave you for today. Thank you so much. May peace be with you and follow divine guidance. Thank you.